Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Sensationally Balanced. My name is Michelle. Happy New Year. I myself took a little bit of a break from Christmas till now of doing any videos, so I am back into my groove. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas holiday celebration and bringing in the new year. I have a few new things that I'll be bringing in today. I actually have a wireless mic on, so this is my first time using that, so I hope it's going to sound okay. Really excited about having this. And I have some studio lighting, and I hope this brings some better lighting, and I'll be playing around with that in my next few videos. And what else? I'm just excited to be able to start this new year and be in this space of, having a clean slate, a do-over, or just not necessarily a do-over. I know we talk about that a lot, but we always get to learn from our past, right? So taking what we learned and just bringing that into the new year, and basically just let's focus more on having a clean slate, a new slate, and what we want to create on this slate or on these pages of your book for this year, and just be in that essence of this new year. So our focus today is on decluttering. So there's always such a focus on the new year of decluttering our home, cleaning out the closets, the junk drawers and whatnot. And I thought, well, we also get to do that within our bodies. And especially, over the holiday period where we're not always maybe eating the healthiest and tend to overindulge. I know I do that. And just allowing ourselves to do this decluttering within our bodies, within our minds, within our souls. And so bringing that intention into our practice today of decluttering. So props that will be needed today are either a blanket, or if you have some yoga blocks or some sort of a cushion. We'll be doing a few poses where we're propping ourselves up, and I'll demonstrate on how you can do that with a blanket, but if you have a pillow, a firm pillow, that would be great as over the blocks. And we were going to get started by sitting on your block, or maybe on your blanket or on your cushion, just to elevate the hips. Good. So grounding down through your sit bones, taking an inhale, lengthening up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, just let the shoulders melt down the back. Tuning in with your posture here, noticing if you're kind of pitching the upper body forward a bit, bringing it back so that your heart is aligned over the pelvic floor. And then checking in with your head, notice if the chin is kind of protruding forward, just gently bringing that back. So now the head is aligned over the heart. And doing your best to release any gripping or holding going on in the legs here. And just simply arriving here on your mat for your practice. Let's take a cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose to the belly. Open mouth, exhale. And once again, full inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Returning back to the natural flow of your breath. And taking this time to go inward. Feeling into your body. Connecting with your breath. Taking notice here of any areas of your body that you may feel that there is some stagnant or stuck energy, or that you're holding on to something. Noticing where that's at. Maybe it's even in your thoughts. Maybe it's in your heart. Maybe it's in your hips. And coming back to the attention of, I am decluttering. In my practice today, I am decluttering. And using your breath as your tool, as your broom to kind of sweep things out and away. Let's take a few more breaths here. Last breath. Deep inhale, making it a very cleansing breath. Open mouth, exhale. Very good. Slowly opening your eyes. Good. From here, we'll come into Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. This is a great breath technique to cleanse out the body. As we do alternate nostril breathing, it is a great tool to balance both sides of the body as well as both sides of the brain. And just cleansing out the sinuses and cleansing out anything stuck or stagnant in the region of your head, any congestion or anything like that. All right, so we'll bring our right hand up. You're going to bring that index and middle finger down so that your pinky, ring finger, and thumb are up. Very good. And then you'll bring your thumb to the right nostril. We're going to inhale through the left nostril for the count of 4. And then closing off that left nostril, exhaling out the right nostril for the count of 4. And then we'll inhale through the right nostril for the count of 4. Closing off that right nostril and then exhaling back out the left nostril for 4. Good. That's considered 1 round. So each time we come back to exhale out the left nostril, that's considered 1 round. We'll do 5 rounds here, okay? Your left hand can either be resting with the palm facing down for grounding, or maybe the palm facing up for receiving, whatever you feel intuitively that you need today. All right, I'll talk you through the first round, and then the other 4 rounds you'll do on your own. So inhaling for the count of 4 through the left nostril. Closing that off, exhaling out the right nostril for 4. Inhaling for 4. And exhaling out the left nostril for 4. Good. Continuing this for 4 more rounds. When you've completed your last round, you can just rest your right hand on your right leg. Making sure that you're not holding any tension in the jaw or in the brow. Or even the legs. I lost count, so I'm going to do one more. Taking a few breaths here, noticing any difference in your body. You may have to blow your nose, and that's perfectly fine. You can always pause the video and go blow your nose out as you declutter. Last breath here. And opening the eyes. From here, we'll come into a little neck release. So we're just going to switch the crossing of our legs, or if you need a little rest here, you can just extend the legs out, give them a little shake, and then come back to sit in your seated pose here. So our neck release, grounding down through the sit bones. Take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. And then exhale, bringing that right ear to the right shoulder. Let the shoulders rest down. Check in with your posture. Notice if you came into kind of pitching forward again, just bringing yourself back. And we want to focus here on the left side of the neck. We'll take 3 breaths here, using the breath to declutter any stress or tension held here. Last breath here. Good. Then taking an inhale. As you exhale, gently rotate the chin towards the right shoulder. So now you're getting into the back side of the neck. Taking a full inhale and exhale here. And then we'll take an inhale. Exhale, rotating the chin all the way towards the center of your chest. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let the head be really heavy here, getting into the back of the neck, the tops of the shoulders. And taking a cleansing breath here. So we want to cleanse, declutter the back of the throat, the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. And very slowly bringing your head back to center. Taking a breath or two here, just noticing the difference from the left side to the right side. Very good. Then making our way to the other side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Let the head be heavy. Let the shoulders drop down. 3 breaths here. Last breath. Good. Now we'll take an inhale. And then on that exhale, rotating the chin towards the left shoulder. 1 full breath here. And then inhaling. And exhale, chin to the chest. Roll the shoulders back. And to really cleanse, to really declutter the back of the throat, let's take a lion's breath here. So you'll inhale through the nose to the back of the throat, and then as you exhale, you're going to open your mouth as wide as you can, sticking your tongue out and exhaling all the air out. All right, so let's take our inhale. Lion's breath, exhale. Good. And inhale, bringing the head back to center. Taking a few breaths here, letting all of that tension release. Last breath. Very good. And opening the eyes. We'll make our way off of our block or cushion, whatever prop you were using here. Let's just extend the legs out in front. Give them a little shake. Good. And now bringing that left heel to the groin and then opening up that right leg out to the side. And I always like to move the flesh from the cheeks to really root down through the sit bones. And then let's lengthen through that right leg. So you want to flex the foot, lengthen, 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 sending the toes back towards you. And then release the flex, coming into our yin posture. So no activation in the muscles, right? Let's take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twisting to the left, right hand to that left knee, and the left hand back behind you. Ground down through both sit bones and hips. Inhale to lengthen up tall. And then exhale, gently twisting to the left. And really allow this to be a gentle twist, because I want you to focus on breathing all the way down into the belly as we focus on decluttering any stagnation or stuckness in the gut here. So we'll hold here for 3 breaths, and each breath focusing it on entering and being sent to the belly. And as you exhale, let the belly soften, and then inhale, fill the belly up again. And then we'll take a breath to come out of our twist. Inhale. And exhale and twist, coming forward. And making our way into some side bends here. So inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, bringing that right hand down and flowing over to your right side. Really reach through that left hand and ground down through the left hip. Notice if your right shoulder's kind of pushing forward, just gently bring that back so that your heart and chest are all in a nice even direction here. And let the head be heavy if you can. And now we want to focus on breathing into the left side of the body. So inhale, feel the ribs expand. Exhale, soften. Good. Now we'll inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, floating over to the left. Left hand down, right hand reaches over, pressing down through both hips. Coming into this deepest side bend that you can here, breathing into the right side body. Good. Inhale, come back to center. We'll do this one more on each side. So as you exhale, floating over to the right. Full breath here. Inhale to center. And exhale, floating over to the left. We don't always give a lot of attention to the side body, so we want to really focus on decluttering here. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Release the arms down. We'll switch the legs to go to the other side. So right heel to the groin, extending that left leg out. Maybe regrounding through your sit bones, and then we'll flex through that left foot, reaching through that left leg. Release the flex, muscles relax. Nice. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting to the right. Left hand to the right knee, right hand back behind you. Ground down through the sit bones. And take a quick check-in with that left leg. Notice if the knee and the foot are kind of rolling in as you turn. You want to make sure that the knee and the toes are up towards the ceiling or the sky here. Good. Taking that inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to twist. Taking 3 slow, deep, focused breaths to the belly. And now taking a breath to come out of your twist. Inhale to the belly. And exhale and twist. And we'll do the same thing here, our side bend flow. So arms out to the side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, we'll start over to the left. Breathing into that right side body. Notice if now you can get a little deeper here. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale over to the left. Inhale to center, last side here. Exhale to the right. Full inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Inhale, come back to center, releasing the arms down. Now we're going to make our way into fire log pose. So you'll bring that right shin out in front of you. If you're on your mat, you want the shin aligned with the edge of your mat. If you're not using a mat, you just want your shin parallel. And then we're going to stack that left leg right on top of the right. So both shins are stacked and parallel with each other. Having a gentle flex in the feet. I really want you to focus on making sure that the ankle isn't bent down. So if you're not able to bring the ankle to the thigh, you can maybe be supported with a block here or a cushion to help with lifting that leg up. Or I'd rather you just stack the ankles in front of one another, just not to put any pressure on the ankle. All right. So we're working into that left hip here. Hopefully you're feeling that. We're going to bring the hands out in front. Good. You're going to take an inhale, reach the heart forward, draw the shoulder blades down the back, and then just take a few breaths here. We'll make our way into a deeper fold here if your body allows. But first, I really want you to focus on just taking a few breaths. And we want to let the hips release. So it is very common for our hips to want to hug in, squeeze in. And here we're looking to let the hips open up side to side and release that gripping. Good. And if after a few breaths you feel the hips release, and you can walk the hands out a little further out in front of you. Eventually, maybe making your way all the way down to your forearms. And you can always use a block here to rest your forehead, your head on, or just let the head hang down. Slowing your breath down. Breathing into the hips. Let's bring a little mantra here into this pose and the rest of our practice. So as you inhale, think of I release. And as you exhale and let go. So I release and I let go. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Taking a cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Send the breath to the belly, the lower back, and the hips. Really fill this area up with your breath. And then open mouth, exhale, letting it all go. And walking the hands back in towards you. Maybe pressing the hands into the legs to support, lifting the upper body back up. Very good. From here, we'll come into a counter pose, windshield wiper. So just unstacking the legs. Feet can be about hip width distance. Hands come back behind you and just dropping the legs side to side. Hips can always be a little tight. Very good. And then we'll make our way to the other side. So now having the left leg on the bottom and then right leg on top. And coming into your variation here, again, remember you can just have the ankles stacked. Maybe using any props. Very good. Having a gentle flex in the feet. Hands out in front. Take that inhale to reach the heart forward, drawing the shoulder blades down from the ears. Good. And then taking maybe 3 breaths here. Really focus on letting those hips open up and release. Last breath. And then if the body allows and is ready to come down a little deeper to your fold, go right ahead. And what we want to focus on is allowing the upper body to be relaxed here. We don't want to add any more tension to the body as we're trying to release the hips. And bringing our mantra back in. Inhale, I release. And exhale, I let go. And we'll take 5 more breaths here.
And then taking that full cleansing breath, just like we did on the other side. So as you inhale, sending the breath to the belly, the lower back, and the hips, filling it up as much as you can. And then open mouth, exhale. Very good. And walking the hands back, coming back to sit all the way up. And then coming into our windshield wiper here, hands back behind, dropping the legs side to side. Very good. And from here, we're going to make our way into supported fish pose. So this is where you'll be using your blocks or your blanket. If you're going to be using a blanket, what I'll have you do is roll your blanket up like a burrito, and then you're going to lay that back behind you as you'll come to lay down on that. If you're using your blocks, having your first block, which your head will be rested on, either at the medium level or the highest level, depending on how your neck is feeling today. And then your second block will be lengthwise. And what we're going to do, for those of you who haven't come into supported fish before, you want to lower yourself down so that the block is in between the shoulder blades. And the bottom of the block is pretty much like right at the bottom end of your shoulders. And then you'll just come to lie all the way down here. You may need to bring that first block in a little closer so that you can rest your head completely here. If you're on your blanket, you want to make sure that the blanket is all the way to the lower back, and then you just lie down on it so the spine is aligned with your blanket. Two positions here for your legs. Maybe you have them extended all the way out with the feet just open out to the side. Or maybe you come into butterfly pose, soles of the feet touching, knees open. Whatever feels best for you here. And once you get settled here, your hands can be either out to the sides with the palms facing up or closer to the body, whatever feels best for you here. And once you settle here, taking a cleansing breath to your heart space. Let's do that once again. Inhaling to the chest, feel your chest rise. As you exhale, letting the muscles around the heart soften, the upper back muscles release, and just let those shoulders melt back. Now taking an inhale to the belly. Exhale, belly softens, lower back releases, hips, glutes, legs, all release. Letting go of any tension in the jaw and in the brow. And allowing this pose to bring you to the attention of your heart. Just noticing the area of your heart. Does it feel cluttered? Does it feel tight? Is there maybe something here that you can release and let go of, that you've been holding on to for a while? Just like the things in our home when we declutter, maybe it's something, you haven't worn in a year or 6 months. Maybe it's something you've just been holding on to because it was a gift and you feel guilty letting it go or sending it forward. And just noticing the same thing here in your body. Is there something you've been holding on to because there's a story around it? And just ask yourself, as I hold on to this, as I continue to hold on to this, does it bring me joy? Does it serve me or my purpose or my health? And if it doesn't serve you in any of those ways, then maybe now is the time for you to let that go. You can always thank it for its purpose, for whatever lesson or gift that it brought you, or growth. And now knowing that you can let it go with gratitude. And making room for joy. And we'll take about 10 more breaths here. Making this your last breath, cleansing inhale and exhale. And opening your eyes, we're going to slowly transition out of this pose and making our way back onto our backs. But I will talk you through this. So just bringing your arms back to the sides of your body. If you had your legs extended out, bring them back in so your feet are planted on the floor on your mat. Or if you're in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, bringing the hands to the thighs or the knees, gently bringing the knees in towards one another. Walking the feet out so they're about hip width distance. Good. And then we're going to lift the head up first. So if you're on your blocks, you'll be doing this. And just taking that first block out from underneath you. If you're on your blanket, you'll just roll over to one side and gently pull the blanket out. On your block, you'll just continue to lift the upper body up just enough so you can take that bottom block out. setting it off to the side, and then slowly lowering yourself down, nice and easy. Resting the arms here and just taking a few breaths to feel the effects of that pose in the upper back, letting the shoulders just melt to the earth. Make a last breath here. And opening your eyes, we will now come into supported bridge. So just bring your feet in a little closer towards your glutes or towards your hips, grabbing your block or your cushion or your blanket. And instead of just lifting the hips up and propping the block right underneath, I like to come into this pose very mindfully and carefully for the lower back. So take an inhale to your belly, fill your belly up. As you exhale, pull the belly in. So you're pulling the belly button towards the back of the spine, and then you're going to curl your tailbone up towards your belly button, pressing into your feet, then lift up the hips. Yeah, and then placing that block at its lowest level, or your cushion or your blanket, and then letting the hips just come to rest here. So you want the sacrum on your block, not the lower part of your back. So it's your hips and your sacrum here. And then just let the arms fall out to the side with the palms facing up. You might feel a little popping in the lower back or the spine. Sometimes it feels good to kind of walk one shoulder up at a time towards the top of your mat, lengthening a little bit more through the spine. Good. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then from here, bringing one knee up and in towards your chest at a time. So just knowing that you're supported here on the block or on your cushion, and we're focusing on getting into the lower back. So decluttering into the lower back. Just let the knees get heavier and heavier, falling towards your chest or belly. And taking a cleansing breath to the belly and lower back. As you exhale, let the belly soften. Let the legs get even heavier, falling in towards you. Feeling the upper body, the shoulders sinking into the earth. And doing a quick check-in with your neck. Notice if your chin is kind of up towards your ceiling. Tuck the chin in so your neck is elongated and aligned with the spine. And letting the legs just organically get heavier and heavier and fall in towards you. Good. We're going to take about another 3 breaths here. Last breath. And from here, we'll come into Waterfall Pose, which is a variation of legs up the wall. So you're just going to extend the legs all the way up. If your hamstrings are really tight, you can always have a gentle bend in the knees. And let's just point and flex the feet. Feel that nice stretch through the calves and the Achilles. And maybe rotate through the ankles. And then let's just hold here in our waterfall pose for about 3 breaths. You can bring the palms of the hands to the floor, to your mat. So your arms are somewhat kind of supporting you here, but not a lot of activation going on here. Good. Breathing into the belly. Exhale, let the belly soften and release. Last breath here. And then slowly bending the knees, lowering your feet down one at a time. And we're going to make our way out of this supported bridge the same way we came into it. So you'll inhale to the belly. Exhale, pull the belly in, curl the tailbone towards the belly button, lifting the hips as you press into your feet, taking out your block or cushion, and then we're just going to hold here in our bridge for a breath. And then lowering down very slowly, upper back, mid back, lower back, and then your hips, and letting everything just settle and release here. Feeling the effects of that pose here in the lower back. Very good. And then from here, we'll make our way into our final pose, Savasana. So extending the legs out. Maybe it feels good to cover yourself with a blanket, or if you have a sweater or socks or something, since we're in a little bit of chilly season. And just letting the legs and the feet fall open to the side, taking up lots of space here. Arms to the body, palms facing up. Taking a cleansing breath. Exhaling out the mouth. Letting everything go. And letting all the work of decluttering here in your practice, letting all of that release. I easily release and let things go that no longer serve me or bring me joy. coming back to your body. Taking another cleansing breath here. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rocking your head side to side. Reaching the arms up overhead, pointing the fingers and the toes, maybe rotating through the wrist and the ankles, whatever feels good here. And then bringing your feet back to your mat and making your way onto one side in fetal pose. Taking a breath here. And then when you're ready, slowly pressing yourself up. And we'll make our way back into an easy seated pose here. Hands on the knees, taking a cleansing breath. Taking a moment, noticing how the body's feeling. And let's bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer at heart center. And gently bowing the head. Taking a moment to honor yourself for your practice, for rolling out your mat, for clicking play, for making it all the way through your practice. May your body, mind, and spirit feel a sense of decluttering, feeling a sense of spaciousness and joy. And may you feel brighter and lighter. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you for practicing with me. If you enjoyed this practice, please give it a thumbs up, a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do that as well. I really appreciate that. And also, if you haven't chosen a word yet for yourself for the year, or if you've never done that before, I uploaded a practice that I did with some of my yogis. I have a Zoom class, and we did a choosing the word, a word for yourself for the year practice, and I uploaded that for you all, and that's just before this class, this practice. So if that's something you're interested in doing, go ahead and check that out as well. And I hope you have a very, very blessed day and a wonderful rest of your week. Namaste.